The journey of Steven Tyler is much like a song he might sing, filled with unexpected chords, raw emotion, and surprising revelations. Known for belting out timeless hits with Aerosmith, his real-life stories have echoed with just as much drama and intensity as his music. Early on, fame brought him everything most people could only imagine: success, money, and adoration from fans around the world. But behind the flashing cameras and screaming crowds, Tyler's life was unraveling in ways no one could have predicted. Grappling with addiction, he pushed himself to the breaking point, a struggle that became a recurring theme in his life. Yet, perhaps one of the most striking and heart-wrenching chapters wasn't about his battles with fame or substance abuse. It was about family. Through much of his early life, Steven carried on without realizing he had a daughter right under his nose. Liv Tyler grew up not knowing who her real father was, and Steven was unaware of her existence at first. Liv had been led to believe that her father was musician Todd Rundgren, with whom her mother, model, and singer Bebe Buell had been involved during Liv's early years. The truth began to surface in a way that seemed to belong more in a film script than real life. Liv, as a young teenager, began to notice a striking resemblance between herself and one of Steven's other children, Mia Tyler, during a chance encounter. Some questions and revelations followed, leading Liv to confront her mother. It was then that the truth was revealed. Steven Tyler, the rock legend she had watched on TV and admired from afar, was her biological father. Steven himself was stunned to learn not only of Liv's existence, but to see how closely tied their lives had been without either knowing it. The revelation must have been overwhelming, knowing he had missed out on her early years. Yet, it also became a turning point for both of them. Steven and Liv built a relationship that grew stronger over the years. Despite the chaos of fame and the complicated start to their bond, they embraced the emotional reality of the connection they shared. Steven's life, often surrounded by noise and spectacle, found a deeply personal moment of clarity in his relationship with Liv. It was another chapter in his ongoing story of transformation, proving that even in the spotlight, some of life's most vital connections can emerge from the shadows. When Liv Tyler was born on July 1, 1977, she entered the world as Liv Rundgren, named after her mother's then-partner Todd Rundgren, a well-known musician and producer. Liv spent her early years believing Todd was her father, as her mother, Bebe Buell, sought to protect her from the chaotic world of hard rock that surrounded Steven Tyler, the charismatic frontman of the legendary band Aerosmith. Although Steven and Bebe had a brief romantic relationship around the time of Liv's conception, Steven's unpredictable lifestyle convinced Bebe that the stability provided by Todd would be better for her daughter. For years, Todd played the role of dad, even signing Liv's birth certificate and providing the love and care a father figure would. It wasn't until Liv was about 11 years old that she began to piece together the truth about her parentage. During a visit with her mother, she encountered Steven Tyler and his other daughter, Mia Tyler. Liv was struck by the uncanny resemblance she shared with Mia, prompting questions and curiosity. Her mother eventually revealed the full story, confirming that her biological father was not Todd Rundgren but, in fact, Steven Tyler. This revelation marked the beginning of a life-changing chapter for Liv. She started developing a relationship with Steven, who welcomed her into his life with open arms. By 1991, Liv made her bond with Steven official by adopting his last name and becoming Liv Tyler. Over the years, the relationship between Steven and Liv blossomed into something meaningful and enduring. Despite the unconventional start and the time spent apart, they formed a deep connection, built on mutual respect, love, and understanding. Both father and daughter share a love for the arts, with Liv achieving acclaim as an actress in movies like Armageddon and the Lord of the Rings trilogy, while Steven continues to captivate audiences as the electrifying lead singer of Aerosmith. Their bond has been showcased in public appearances, heartfelt interviews, and special moments, including Steven's presence at the birth of Liv's children. Together, their story underscores the resilience of family ties and the enduring power of reconnection. During the 1970s, Bebe Buell, a model and singer, engaged in an intricate narrative that linked her life with two prominent figures in the music world, Steven Tyler and Todd Rundgren. While Buell had a brief affair with Aerosmith's lead singer Steven Tyler, it resulted in the birth of her daughter, Liv Tyler, in 1977. At that time, however, she was in an ongoing, on-again, off-again relationship with Todd Rundgren. Buell's decision to name her daughter Liv Rundgren, rather than acknowledging Tyler as the father, was deliberate and deeply rooted in protective instincts. She sought to shield Liv from the tumult connected to Tyler's lifestyle, which was heavily influenced by his struggle with substance abuse, a factor Buell deemed unsuitable for the upbringing of her child. By deciding this path, she also aimed to avoid the scrutiny and judgment of the public eye during a time when such revelations could be sensationalized to detrimental extents. Todd Rundgren, aware of the uncertainty about Liv's paternity, stood as a stabilizing figure. He chose to embrace the role of Liv's father wholeheartedly, signing her birth certificate without hesitation and taking responsibility for her upbringing. This selfless act allowed Buell to provide Liv with a sense of normalcy during her early years, affording her a growing environment detached from the chaotic world that Tyler inhabited. For over a decade, Liv believed Todd was her biological father, growing up with his name and influence in her life. However, as she matured, physical likenesses and shared characteristics between her and Steven Tyler became increasingly apparent. It was not until Liv was around 11 years old that she stumbled upon the truth. Piecing it together after meeting Tyler and noticing their resemblance, particularly when her mother decided it was time to reveal everything. Despite the complexities in this familial web, Buell maintained her resolve in trying to balance the creative energies and turbulent personalities of these two men who had significant influence over her life as well as Liv's development. This intricate story of love, responsibility, and protective instincts showcases Buell's determination to prioritize her daughter's well-being above all. Although unaware of the truth about his paternity for many years, Steven Tyler's presence around Liv Tyler during her formative years was a consistent and supportive element. Liv, raised under the belief that Todd Rundgren was her biological father, was surrounded by a nurturing familial environment crafted by her mother, Bebe Buell, and those around her. However, even under this pretense, Steven's involvement in Liv's life signaled an undercurrent of connection that surpassed any label of biological relation. His occasional visits and cheerful interactions painted a picture of a man deeply invested in Liv's emotional and personal development. As an attentive figure, Steven maintained a role that balanced their reality, one untainted by the clear knowledge of relations. His engagement wasn't merely an episodic appearance in her life, but was rooted in his genuine care toward Liv, fostering a bond that later, upon revelation, made the realization of their true familial ties even more profound. The occasions and shared moments between them, despite Liv's unawareness of their underlying paternal link, provided her with a sturdy emotional framework complemented by maternal and Todd's aspects. When Liv started sensing a unique connection with Steven, her emotional maturity directed her to explore her unspoken question, eventually confirmed later. Yet, neither Steven nor his interaction with Liv during those earlier years aimed at hinting anything beyond a deeply social and supportive camaraderie he chose as part of an important relationship respecting her family situation constructed mutually then. When Liv Tyler attended an Aerosmith concert in Portland, Maine, the truth of her parentage began to unfold. Raised by her mother, Bebe Buell, Liv initially believed that Todd Rundgren, a notable figure in her early life, was her father. At that concert, Liv noticed the striking similarities between herself and Steven Tyler's other daughter, Mia. The moment stirred curiosity within her, leading her to confront her mother about these uncanny resemblances. This heartfelt inquiry prompted Buell to disclose the truth that Steven Tyler, the charismatic frontman of Aerosmith, was indeed her biological father. The revelation was a life-altering moment for Liv, who had spent her early years unaware of her true biological connections. Though initially shocked by the news, this newfound understanding eventually blossomed into a meaningful and affectionate bond between Liv and Steven Tyler. Accepting the truth, Liv embraced her status as Steven's daughter, finding not just a father but also connections to extended family members. As she spent time with Steven and got to know her half-siblings, Liv's relationship with Tyler deepened, built on mutual respect and shared familial love. Liv Tyler's relationship with Steven Tyler is built on a unique family history that defies convention, yet culminated in a powerful bond. Born on July 1, 1977, in New York City, Liv Tyler grew up believing musician Todd Rundgren was her father, given the blurred circumstances surrounding her early family life. Her mother, Bebe Buell, decided on this narrative to shield Liv from Steven's erratic lifestyle stemming from his enduring struggles with substance abuse during the height of his fame as Aerosmith's frontman. This early decision shaped Liv's childhood, immersing her in an arts-laden environment through Todd's role and fame as a musician and band leader. Todd, cast as a father figure, contributed extensively to Liv's upbringing during her formative years, crafting a sheltered yet culturally rich setting. The revelation of the truth came when Liv encountered Steven Tyler in her adolescence, an experience that became transformative. At the age of 11, Liv observed the striking resemblance between herself and Steven, including shared physical traits she also noticed in Mia Tyler, Steven's other daughter. This realization unraveled her perception of family. A sense of recognition ensued, prompting emotional confrontations and explanations from her mother. Once aware of their biological connection, Liv and Steven embarked on cultivating an extraordinary bond. Their relationship transcended the residual confusion of deceit or estrangement. Over time, Steven became an integral figure in her life, stepping further into fatherhood and developing a connection that combined deep emotional affection and shared creativity. Throughout her teenage years and early adulthood, Liv observed a balance between her love for both Steven and Todd Rundgren. Steven's influence resonated with her as she grew into a Hollywood star, an experience that blended seamlessly with her connection to her dad's music world. She joined Steven for several Aerosmith ventures, appearing memorably in music videos like Crazy and Cryin'. These collaborations were milestones that deepened both their personal connection and professional admiration for each other's creativity. While viewers interpreted Liv's participation as simply iconic, for the father-daughter duo, it symbolized a public celebration of their bond. Further experiences allowed moments of reconciliation with their complicated past. When Steven became a grandfather, their closeness deepened as he committed to his role with the same unprecedented dedication he once practiced in music. Their journey shows how bonds endure, even amid chaotic histories. When Liv Tyler was 11 years old, she experienced a life-changing realization that altered her understanding of her family and herself. Born to Bebe Buell, a model and singer, Liv grew up believing that musician Todd Rundgren was her father. Despite his split from Buell before Liv's birth, Rundgren signed her birth certificate and provided a stable presence throughout her childhood. However, hidden beneath this seemingly complete family narrative was a profound secret. Liv's biological father was Steven Tyler, the charismatic lead singer of the legendary rock band Aerosmith. Buell had decided to keep Steven's identity a secret, motivated by his struggles with substance abuse at the time. In her early years, Liv had no reason to question what she'd been told. However, as she grew older and began to notice distinct familial traits and connections, an intuitive sense of something deeper began to emerge. At the age of 8, a critical moment occurred when Liv attended one of Rundgren's concerts and happened to meet Steven Tyler there. Though she was young, something about the encounter resonated with her. The full revelation came 3 years later, during a visit to one of Aerosmith's shows. Liv could no longer ignore how strikingly similar she looked to Steven's other daughter, Mia. The resemblance was so uncanny that Liv began to piece together the truth. As she once shared in interviews, seeing a poster of Steven in her room and feeling an inexplicable connection acted like a puzzle clicking into place. Moreover, her own mother's diary entry hinted that she might have suspected the truth before it was ever confirmed aloud. Upon discovering the truth, Liv confronted her mother, who chose honesty over secrecy. It was during this conversation that Liv learned that the plan had always been to tell her the truth when she reached adulthood. The earlier-than-expected discovery did not alienate the relationships in Liv's life, though. She continued to hold deep admiration and a close bond with Todd Rundgren, who had raised her with care and consistency. As Liv often remarked, Todd was her spiritual dad, someone protective and loving, who offered her the fatherly stability she'd relied on growing up. Simultaneously, her newfound connection with Steven Tyler blossomed into a father-daughter relationship. The two grew close, and Liv embraced both Steven's exuberant personality and his past struggles with addiction, seeing him as a man with flaws, but also immense love for her. The pair collaborated on special projects later in life, and Steven showed his pride in Liv's success as an actress and model, from her rise to fame in Hollywood to her iconic role in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Liv Tyler's modeling career began when she was quite young, and it didn't take long for her to become a notable figure in the fashion industry. Her unique beauty and natural charm made her stand out, and these traits quickly garnered attention from renowned photographers and designers alike. She possessed a distinctive combination of grace and confidence that lit up every frame, solidifying her place in the highly competitive world of modeling at an early stage. As a teenager, her success blossomed. Opportunities came quickly, involving collaborations with elite fashion houses that recognized her potential. Liv became a regular presence in magazines, on runways, and in global campaigns, captivating audiences with her sophisticated yet approachable demeanor. Her ability to adapt to each photographer's vision added depth to her work, keeping her in high demand across the industry. Her early years in modeling helped her build a foundation that showcased her versatility and magnetic appeal. Liv made her film debut in the 1994 film Silent Fall, but it was her breakthrough role as the enigmatic and ethereal Arwen in Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings trilogy that catapulted her to international fame. Her portrayal of Arwen, a character who embodies grace and strength, resonated with audiences and critics alike, showcasing her ability to bring depth to complex roles. Following her success in The Lord of the Rings, Liv Tyler continued to build an impressive filmography, starring in a wide range of roles that showed off her talent and versatility as an actress. She took on diverse characters in films such as Armageddon, where she played the love interest of Bruce Willis's character, and The Incredible Hulk, where she portrayed Betty Ross. Each role allowed her to explore different facets of her acting skills, from drama to action. Liv's ability to connect with her characters and convey genuine emotion has made her a respected figure in the film industry. Her journey reflects a commitment to her craft and a passion for storytelling that continues to inspire many. It was through her ability to seamlessly adapt to a spectrum of roles that Liv Tyler captured the hearts of audiences worldwide. From the intoxicating allure of romantic dramas to the adrenaline-fueled rush of action-packed spectacles, Liv's range as an actress proved unparalleled. In the ethereal and emotionally layered film Stealing Beauty, she conveyed the vulnerability and longing of a young woman on a quest to discover herself, drawing viewers into a narrative drenched in romance and introspection. Similarly, her role in One Night at McCool's added a touch of mystery and charm, showcasing her knack for delving into characters with nuanced emotional depths. Shifting gears, Liv displayed her versatility by embracing high-stakes action and blockbuster hits that left audiences spellbound. In Armageddon, her portrayal of Grace Stamper, weighed down by love and fear as her father ventured into space to save the planet, highlighted her ability to ground larger-than-life scenarios with raw, emotional authenticity. When she stepped into the Marvel Universe with The Incredible Hulk, she brought humanity and inner strength to her role as Betty Ross, contributing a heartfelt anchor to a story brimming with epic confrontations and larger-than-life transformations. Her expressive performances bridged the worlds of small-scale intimate dramas and global cinematic adventures, proving her remarkable ability to connect with audiences on deeply personal levels. Venturing into television, Steven Tyler has made appearances in various acclaimed series, showcasing his versatility beyond music. His role in the series The Leftovers helped to further solidify his reputation as a talented performer, allowing him to connect with audiences in a new way. This transition from music to acting highlights his ability to adapt and thrive in different artistic environments. Beyond his work in entertainment, Tyler has also made significant contributions to charitable causes and humanitarian efforts. He has been involved with organizations such as UNICEF, where he has used his platform to raise awareness about children's rights and welfare. Additionally, his support for the Breast Cancer Research Foundation reflects his commitment to important health issues. Through these efforts, he has demonstrated a dedication to making a positive impact in the world, using his fame to advocate for those in need and to support vital research and initiatives. Liv Tyler has not only made a name for herself as a talented actress, but has also embraced the role of motherhood with heartfelt devotion. Her journey of raising her children is intertwined beautifully with her dedication to acting and philanthropy, reflecting her ability to balance family and career seamlessly. Besides Liv, Steven Tyler is the proud father of 3 other children: Mia Tyler, Chelsea Tyler, and Taj Monroe Tallarico, each of whom has chosen unique paths in life. Mia Tyler, born to Steven Tyler and Serinda Foxy, has flourished as a model, actress, and artist. Known for her independent spirit, Mia has carved a space for herself in the creative world. Strong and unapologetically herself, she has also shared glimpses of her artistic journey through her writing and paintings, showcasing resilience that mirrors her father's vibrant spirit. Chelsea Tyler, Steven's younger daughter with Teresa Barrick, has pursued a career in the arts as well. As a singer and actress, Chelsea brings a different creative energy to her endeavors. She is also known for her grounded personality, often celebrating the close bonds she shares with her siblings. Her music reflects her deep passion and individuality, capturing an essence that ties back to her family's artistic legacy. Taj Monroe Tallarico, Steven's only son, has charted a more private journey compared to his siblings. While not often in the spotlight, he has pursued a career in music production and songwriting. Tajay's interests lie behind the scenes, crafting melodies and contributing to music in ways that reflect his own subdued yet impactful style. His life, though less discussed publicly, highlights a quiet determination to succeed in his chosen field. The common thread that unites Steven Tyler's children is their shared admiration for their father and the unique paths each has chosen to take. Each sibling has celebrated their individuality while also showcasing how the shared influence of creativity and resilience runs deeply in their family. Their stories reflect how each has embraced both the privileges and challenges of being part of the Tyler legacy while contributing positively to the worlds of art, music, and family life. Born Mia Abigail Tallarico on December 22, 1978, in Lebanon, New Hampshire, Mia Tyler emerged as an influential figure in the fashion industry. She grew up surrounded by a rich cultural heritage thanks to her father, Steven Tyler, the iconic lead singer of Aerosmith, and her mother, Serinda Fox, an actress and model. From an early age, Mia carved her own path, stepping into the world of fashion and challenging conventional norms with her pioneering role as a plus-size model. Her endeavors redefined beauty standards, promoting body positivity and inclusivity. Mia's modeling career began when she was represented by renowned agencies like Wilhelmina Models. Her talent and individuality soon found her gracing the covers and pages of prestigious magazines such as Vogue, Mode, and 17, along with appearances in Teen People, YM, and Teen Vogue. Respected brands like H&M, Lane Bryant, and Pennington's also valued her ability to redefine mainstream standards. She took her message to runways worldwide, showcasing her advocacy for self-acceptance and diversity in the fashion industry. Beyond modeling, Mia's artistic sensibility expressed itself in other creative endeavors. She ventured into fashion design, launching her own clothing line, Revolution 1228, in February 2009. Her designs further emphasized her belief that beauty is not confined to a narrow mold, providing stylish and empowering options for those often underrepresented in fashion. Additionally, Mia explored acting and even made appearances in films like Rush Hour 3, while maintaining a presence on television as a singer and performer. Her life was not without personal struggles. She endured the pain of her parents' divorce during her childhood, and later coped with the loss of her mother to a brain tumor in 2002. These challenges, however, seemed to fuel her resolve to inspire others through her creativity. Her memoir, Creating Myself, offers a candid glimpse into her journey of self-discovery, shedding light on her struggles, triumphs, and the lessons she learned while navigating the complexities of fame, family, and identity. Mia Tyler's talent also found an outlet through visual arts. She became an accomplished photographer and artist, displaying her works in exhibitions. This artistic component served as a personal and therapeutic expression of her life experiences, further solidifying her multifaceted career. Her commitment to body positivity and mental health advocacy remains central to her influence. Mia continues to inspire countless individuals by proving that self-love and embracing one's uniqueness are not just personal choices, but acts of empowerment. The legacy she is creating extends far beyond the confines of fashion or celebrity, touching lives with her courage, authenticity, and creative expression. In addition to her extensive work in the fashion industry, Mia has explored opportunities in the entertainment world, showcasing her versatility in creative pursuits. As an actress, she stepped into Hollywood with memorable performances in films such as Rush Hour 3, where her presence added depth to the project and brought further visibility to her talents. She also participated in reality television, featuring prominently in Celebrity Fit Club. Her honest and raw portrayal of herself in the show resonated with many viewers, as it shed light on her personal journey, while breaking barriers in how women of all sizes are perceived in the media. Beyond her on-screen ventures, Mia delved deeply into the realm of literature with her heartfelt memoir Creating Myself. In this candid and revealing book, she shared the struggles she faced with body image and self-esteem. She opened a window into her thoughts, emotions, and the societal pressures that shaped her experiences growing up in the shadow of fame and expectations. Her writing in the memoir serves not only as a personal catharsis, but also as an inspiration for countless readers who have grappled with similar challenges in their own lives. This literary venture allowed her to connect with audiences on a profound level, as she offered a vulnerable and genuine narrative that encouraged discussions about self-acceptance and mental health. Mia's ability to articulate the complexities of her life in a way that felt both personal and Universal has cemented her status not just as an influential figure, but also as a voice for empowerment and authenticity. Throughout her multifaceted career, the passion and effort Mia brought to everything she pursued have been evident. Whether it was standing in front of a camera, bearing her soul through writing, or using her platform to challenge preconceived notions about beauty and success, she has continually pushed boundaries and inspired others to embrace their unique stories. By turning her own experiences into lessons of resilience and empowerment, Mia has paved the way for a more inclusive and understanding culture, leaving a significant mark on both the fashion and the entertainment industries. Her advocacy for self-love and her dedication to encouraging confidence and creativity in others amplify her impact, extending beyond just her professional endeavors to touch the lives of many. Raised in a world filled with music, Chelsea Tyler, born Chelsea Anna Tallarico on March 6, 1989, embraced her artistic roots from a young age. Daughter of the legendary Aerosmith lead singer Steven Tyler and designer Teresa Barrick, Chelsea grew up surrounded by an environment that fostered creativity. Her passion for music naturally evolved, leading her to establish her own unique identity as a musician and singer-songwriter. The rich cultural atmosphere of her upbringing exposed her to diverse musical styles and techniques, shaping her into the skilled artist she is today. Chelsea found a remarkable creative synergy with her husband, John Foster, an American actor and musician. The two formed the electronic soul duo Kanaholler in 2011, carving out a niche that blends modern electronic beats with timeless elements of jazz and soul. Kanaholler, originally based in Brooklyn, later made Venice Beach their home, where the couple continued to refine their distinctive sound. Their collaboration yielded notable success through the release of well-received EPs, laying the groundwork for a solid musical career. The duo's work frequently highlights their shared passion for exploring creative boundaries, melding hypnotic grooves with captivating melodies. Beyond her musical endeavors, Chelsea has also embraced her family legacy. As one of Steven Tyler's children, she shares the spotlight with her siblings, all of whom have made their own artistic marks. Despite her lineage, Chelsea's accomplishments with Kanaholler reflect a journey propelled by her drive and talent, rather than relying solely on her famous family name. Her efforts have earned recognition not only for her vocal prowess, but for her ability to innovate within the crowded field of modern music. Her personal and professional life flourished further after marrying John Foster in 2015, an event reflective of a deep bond both personally and artistically. The two, introduced by mutual friend Zoe Kravitz, blended their skills and inspired each other profoundly, nurturing a relationship that transcends traditional boundaries between personal and professional spheres. Their mutual dedication has solidified Kanaholler's reputation as a memorable act in the contemporary music scene. Even with widespread acclaim, Chelsea remains a multifaceted artist rooted in her passion for expression and innovation. Her work with Kanaholler encapsulates a unique evolution in her musical journey, bridging the gap between her childhood influences and her present-day artistry, while remaining open to new creative ventures. The electronic soul band stands as a testament to her resilience and artistic vision, marking Chelsea Tyler as a figure who has skillfully navigated the intersection of heritage and individuality. When reflecting on the rich legacy of the electronic soul duo Kanaholler, it becomes intriguing to explore its unique blend of artistic talents. The project is a collaborative venture between Chelsea Tyler, gifted with intense and emotive vocals, and John Foster, accomplished as both a musician and producer. Their partnership started in Brooklyn in summer 2011, when they transformed a deep connection into productive creativity, crafting music which beautifully merges electronic innovation with pop and rock elements. Together, their sound pushes traditional boundaries by merging timeless jazz and blues undertones with cutting-edge electronic styles. Their artistry lies in an ability to continually innovate while preserving strong thematic coherence in their music. Chelsea's commanding stage presence, complemented by John's production finesse, ensures audiences remain enraptured whether at intimate venues or massive festivals. They achieved acclaim touring with established artists like the Ting Tings and Ray Shremmerd, further solidifying their place in contemporary electronic pop circles. Kanaholler's releases include several praise EPs and an album that underscore both high energy and narrative depth. Their performances are noted for rich arrangements that intertwine innovation with melody-driven aesthetics. Such a deep understanding of musical synthesis makes every Kanaholler track a journey into harmonized emotional realms, embracing experimental paths without losing their core beat-led formatting, thereby making significant contributions to their genre. Although Taj Monroe Tallarico is the youngest child of Aerosmith's iconic lead singer, Steven Tyler, and his former wife Teresa Barrick, Taj has consciously chosen a markedly different path from the limelight that usually comes with his lineage. Born on January 31, 1991, Taj grew up alongside his siblings in a family known for its significant contributions to the arts and pop culture. His siblings, including Liv, Mia, and Chelsea Tyler, have carved niches in acting, filmmaking, or music, but Taj has always opted to pivot his focus elsewhere. He rarely seeks the attention afforded to him by his father's fame. Even though music runs in his veins, having inherited the talent and legacy of a rock star, Taj's forays into music have been occasional and more private in nature. Instead, his passion has been steered toward the world of real estate and entrepreneurship. He has shown a keen aptitude for these fields, building a career out of creating opportunities and working strategically to advance his ventures. Interestingly, among his rare appearances in public or media, Taj also gained fleeting exposure in entertainment when he played a minor role in Disney Channel's Lizzie McGuire. This singular role stirred some interest around him, but Taj never pursued acting as a long-term profession. The episode remains a tidbit that briefly connected him to another aspect of the entertainment world, validating his creative roots, yet highlighting his decision to deliberately step back from fame. Beyond his business pursuits, Taj has also demonstrated a focus on living a life of personal fulfillment. He's married to Brittany Reardon, a union that reflects his tendency to value privacy and personal relationships over the larger-than-life displays that sometimes define celebrity families. The couple, happy and supportive of each other, tied the knot in October 2018 and continue to avoid the spotlight. As someone who has consciously led his life beyond his father's massive shadow, Taj is widely regarded as grounded and pragmatic amongst those who know him. While other children of celebrities might struggle with their identity, Taj's decision to focus on business and real estate ambitions speaks volumes about his individuality and preference for simplicity over pretense or grandeur. Even while his father and siblings often find themselves in Hollywood limelight, Taj has successfully built a quiet yet fulfilling world of his own. Although known as Steven Tyler's offspring, Taj has built a name for himself in an entirely different sphere, making substantial contributions as a real estate developer. His career has been stamped by a commitment to sustainable and eco-friendly development projects, setting an example in an industry often criticized for its substantial environmental footprint. Taj's approach to real estate emphasizes merging functionality with sustainability, aiming to create spaces that not only serve communities but also align harmoniously with nature. With an eye toward reducing waste and promoting renewable energy, his projects often incorporate materials that are recycled or ethically sourced. From urban innovations to suburban oases, Taj's developments reflect his deep respect for the environment, positioning him as a forward thinker in his field. In addition to his primary work, Taj's entrepreneurial instincts have also led him to explore the fashion industry. Through the launch of his own clothing line, he has managed to intertwine his passion for design with his commitment to environmental conservation. The brand he has created mirrors his values, emphasizing styles made from sustainable materials like organic cotton, hemp, or fabric derived from recycled plastics. By focusing on environmentally responsible manufacturing processes, Taj's clothing line seeks to redefine modern fashion while promoting conscious consumerism. His ability to seamlessly connect his love for fashion with a greater cause showcases his creativity and visionary spirit. Taj's ventures extend the importance of being environmentally conscious into both his professional and personal endeavors. His dedication to fostering practical solutions that contribute to the planet's well-being makes his career a standout example of meaningful innovation. Whether through building homes and offices that reduce carbon emissions or designing apparel that encourages customers to think critically about sustainability, Taj's professional journey has succeeded in leaving a lasting imprint. Despite the varied paths they have chosen, Steven Tyler's children exemplify creativity, ambition, and resilience. Mia, for instance, has made a name for herself in the fashion industry, breaking barriers and showcasing her unique style. Her work reflects not only her artistic vision, but also her determination to carve out a space for herself in a competitive field. Chelsea, on the other hand, has made significant strides in the music scene, following in her father's footsteps while establishing her own identity as an artist. Her passion for music shines through in her performances and songwriting, demonstrating her commitment to her craft. Taj has taken a different route, focusing on real estate and entrepreneurship. His ventures highlight his innovative spirit and ability to navigate the business world with confidence. Each of Steven Tyler's children has embraced their individual talents and pursued their dreams, proving that creativity and resilience can lead to success in various arenas. Early in his career as the lead singer of Aerosmith, Steven Tyler's life seemed to epitomize rock and roll success, but behind the glamour, he was struggling with a growing addiction to drugs and alcohol. His journey with substance abuse began in the 1970s, a turbulent era where fame and music industry pressures often intertwined with access to addictive substances. Over the years, Tyler became known for his magnetic stage presence and unique voice, yet his dependency on drugs began to overshadow his achievements. He admitted to starting with substances at an early age, a path shared by many artists of his time, but as success elevated Aerosmith to legendary status, his addiction became more intense and public. This struggle came to a head in the 1980s when his bandmates and management staged an intervention to save him from his worsening addiction. By this point, it was clear that his drug use was impacting not only his personal life, but his professional relationships as well. The tension within Aerosmith boiled over to the point where his own band nearly severed ties with him, thinking that his dependency could lead to their collective downfall. However, he entered rehabilitation for the first time following the intervention, marking a turning point in his quest to regain control of his life. Though rehabilitation helped him initially, the battle for sobriety proved to be far from over. Tyler relapsed multiple times, a reminder of how difficult and personal the road to recovery can be, especially for someone constantly under the spotlight. In recent interviews, he has reflected on the toll that substances took on his life, acknowledging how they cost him emotionally, financially, and physically. His descriptions of these challenges are raw and honest, shedding light on the intensity of his dependency. At one point, it was estimated he had spent millions on his addiction, a figure that only underscores its depth. Despite many setbacks, he remained committed to recovery, and his transparency about the path he walked has inspired countless fans and others battling addiction. He has spoken openly about the compulsion that accompanies addiction, describing it not just as a bad habit, but as a daily battle within his mindset. His reflection on the link between creativity and addiction challenged him to find balance without sacrificing his art. Tyler's most recent attempts at sobriety, now coupled with purpose-driven dedication, continue to redefine his narrative from a rock star casualty to that of redemption and perseverance. Adding another chapter to his struggles, Tyler candidly shared how a recent relapse sent him back to treatment, causing Aerosmith to pause their performances. This transparency further emphasized the complexity of his addiction journey. Even with decades of experience dealing with substance use, Tyler paints a nuanced image of an ongoing struggle, one where the peaks and valleys coexist. His openness has invited many to understand addiction not as a flaw, but as a disease that requires continuous effort to manage. His commitment to sobriety remains a work in progress, demonstrating his resilience and refusal to be defeated by his struggles. During the 1970s, Tyler's addiction issues began to surface as Aerosmith rose to fame with hit albums like Toys in the Attic and Rocks. The rock and roll lifestyle, marked by relentless touring, late-night parties, and easy access to drugs, took a significant toll on both Tyler and the band. As they enjoyed their newfound success, the pressures of fame became overwhelming. Tyler developed a reputation for indulging in a hedonistic lifestyle, heavily fueled by cocaine, heroin, and alcohol. These substances provided temporary relief from the stress and expectations that came with being a rock star. However, this lifestyle led to a downward spiral of addiction that affected not only his health, but also his relationships with bandmates and loved ones. The thrill of performing and the excitement of fame were often overshadowed by the struggles of addiction, creating a tumultuous period in Tyler's life. The impact of these years would resonate throughout his career, shaping both his music and personal journey. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, Tyler's struggles with addiction reached a fever pitch, with his substance abuse threatening both his health and his career. Aerosmith's output during this period was inconsistent, marked by periods of creative brilliance interspersed with long stretches of inactivity and turmoil. Tyler's erratic behavior, fueled by drugs and alcohol, strained his relationships with bandmates, friends, and family members, and he found himself teetering on the brink of self-destruction. The band's dynamic was often overshadowed by Tyler's personal battles, leading to tensions that affected their music and performances. Despite moments of clarity and creativity, the grip of addiction often pulled him back into a cycle of chaos. This tumultuous time not only impacted his physical health, but also raised questions about the future of Aerosmith. As he navigated through this dark chapter, the struggle for recovery became a central theme in his life, influencing both his personal journey and the band's legacy. In 1986, Steven Tyler was at the peak of Aerosmith's fame, yet grappling with the depths of a crippling drug addiction that had been consuming him for years. Known as one half of the notorious Toxic Twins, alongside guitarist Joe Perry, Tyler had developed a reputation for his excesses, indulging in a rock and roll lifestyle fueled by a relentless combination of heroin, cocaine, and alcohol. The toll of this lifestyle was heavily impacting both his personal and professional life. Aerosmith, a rock institution with global hits, was beginning to falter under the weight of these addictions. The band's performances were suffering, relationships within the group grew increasingly strained, and their future appeared uncertain. That year, during a concert in Springfield, Illinois, everything came crashing down. Tyler collapsed on stage, the victim of a drug overdose, in front of a bewildered and distressed audience. This moment was a profound turning point for the frontman. Witnessing Tyler's deterioration left the band members and managers deeply alarmed. It was clear their iconic lead singer could no longer continue this self-destructive trajectory without dire consequences. Gathered in what was later described as a heartfelt and intense intervention, his bandmates presented him with an ultimatum: seek help or jeopardize both the band's legacy and his own life. Succumbing to the gravity of the moment and the reality of his collapse, Tyler entered rehab shortly thereafter. The process of recovery was neither swift nor easy. Tyler had to confront the demons that had fueled his addiction for over a decade. Through grueling sessions of rehabilitation, he began to face the underlying pressures and insecurities that had driven his substance abuse. Slowly, but steadily, he committed himself to the path of sobriety. This commitment marked a pivotal transformation not only for his personal well-being, but also for Aerosmith's continuity as a band. The newly sober Tyler instilled hope in both his followers and his peers, showing them a leader capable of bouncing back after hitting what felt like an insurmountable low. As his health improved, so did the band's dynamic. This allowed Aerosmith to experience a resurgence, once again climbing to the heights of rock and roll fame with chart-topping collaborations and albums. Still, Tyler's journey was not linear. Relapse was a recurring threat, and his sobriety became a lifelong commitment rather than a one-time solution. Over the years, Tyler has openly discussed this experience, reflecting on the immense difficulty of breaking free from addiction and the unending vigilance required to remain clean. It was evident that the sacrifice and effort involved in maintaining sobriety came at a price, but it was one Tyler was determined to pay. Through these struggles, the musician became an emblem of resilience, a living example that even the most dire circumstances could lead to redemption. Today, those memories of collapsing on stage and the life-altering events in Springfield serve not just as a cautionary tale, but as a testament to confronting and beating addiction head-on. Tyler's path to sobriety was filled with challenges, marked by numerous setbacks and relapses. Beginning his journey in the mid-1980s, he took part in rehabilitation initiatives that helped him achieve short-lived sobriety before painful relapses brought him back to facing his demons. Over time, his efforts turned into a painstaking commitment, relying on the love and support of his family, as well as the steadfast encouragement of his Aerosmith bandmates. Tyler found solace in the resilience of shared struggles, leaning on those who truly understood the weight of his battles. The rock and roll lifestyle, notorious for its chaotic temptations, had been a double-edged sword in his life. Yet, his undying passion for music and its transformative power became one of his strongest anchors to recovery. The singer openly discussed his struggles to connect with the faith and belief system that finally gave him the strength to embrace lasting change. While some moments were low indeed, Tyler found empowerment through surrendering to the recovery process, acknowledging the profound role that therapeutic programs played in grounding him with clarity. Together as a band, Aerosmith worked through moments of tension and dependency issues by fostering a culture of mutual care and persistence. This bond allowed them not only to endure as a band, but also emerge stronger from the storm. Despite success from years of sobriety, occasionally, physical challenges such as surgeries would disrupt Tyler's balance. He wrestled at times with pain complications, leading to instances where he relapsed by resorting to prescription medication. Tyler deemed these experiences as an integral reminder of how recovery was a continuous, never-ending journey of vigilance and self-awareness. The steps he walked during his darkest periods became profound lessons in a healthier personal and creative life, reshaping his later years with impactful steadiness. Throughout his journey, Tyler candidly championed the significance of accountability and support in overcoming addiction. Interactions with peer support groups, ongoing therapy, and moments of personal spiritual discovery have underscored the unyielding dedication his path demanded. Recovery forged an enduring resilience within him, an inspiring testament to how life, family, art, and faith could altogether heal the cracks of addiction. In the years following his struggle with addiction, Steven Tyler has transformed his personal recovery into a mission to help others by leveraging his fame and experiences to shed light on addiction and promote healing for those in need. Tyler has openly spoken about his battle with substance abuse and the long road to sobriety, turning his past hardships into a source of strength and hope for others. His readiness to share his story not only demonstrates resilience, but also breaks down the societal stigmas often associated with addiction. He has joined forces with various organizations that support addiction recovery and rehabilitation, amplifying the voices of those affected by this crisis. One of his notable contributions includes Janie's Fund, an initiative he launched to help at-risk youth, including those impacted by abuse and substance misuse. This effort underscores his commitment to addressing the root causes of addiction and creating pathways toward a healthier life for those in need. In public platforms, interviews, and events, Tyler often emphasizes the importance of seeking professional help and establishing a supportive community, which were integral to his own recovery journey. Tyler also uses his musical talents to reach individuals grappling with addiction, proving that life after substance abuse can be vibrant and fulfilling. His candid discussions about relapse, recovery, and perseverance inspire countless individuals to seek help and trust the process of healing. By opening up about his struggles, he encourages discussions that promote empathy and understanding, urging people to view addiction as a complex issue rather than a personal failing. Beyond his personal endeavors, Tyler advocates for changes in how society and institutions address addiction. His message is clear: recovery is a journey that requires patience, support, and, above all, compassion. His presence in the discussion about addiction brings much-needed attention to the importance of accessible treatment and rehabilitation options. By acting as a living testament to the power of recovery, Tyler not only inspires fans but also collaborates with healthcare professionals and policymakers to improve addiction treatment systems globally. Through his work, Steven Tyler proves that the challenges of addiction can be surmounted with the right support and resources. His unwavering dedication to addiction awareness and recovery has already made a significant impact, and his continuous efforts promise to pave the way for broader acceptance and better solutions for those fighting similar battles. During Aerosmith's Peace Out Farewell Tour in September 2023, Steven Tyler suffered a significant larynx fracture. The injury occurred during a performance that showcased the immense physical demands of decades spent delivering powerhouse rock vocals. As Tyler continued singing despite his condition, it became clear that the injury was more severe than originally thought. This fracture required him to seek immediate medical attention, leading to the postponement of Aerosmith's remaining 2023 tour dates to the following year. Adding to the complexity of his condition was vocal cord damage that had caused subsequent bleeding, further straining his ability to perform. Laryngeal fractures, though rare, are serious and can have life-altering consequences if not promptly managed. Tyler's injury drew attention to just how delicate a vocalist's instrument truly is, even one as seasoned as him. His doctors stressed the need for careful rehabilitation, which grounded the musician during a critical moment of the band's career. By November 2023, Tyler hinted on social media that he was on the mend, posting updates that reflected cautious optimism about his recovery. However, fans remain concerned about whether this incident marked the end of his touring days. As 2024 unfolded, Tyler began making cautious, sporadic appearances. In February, he took to the stage at charity events like the Jam for Janie, indicating progress in his recovery. Still, the idea of a full-blown return to the physically grueling tour circuit remained uncertain. Reports by August 2024 confirmed Aerosmith's decision to retire from touring altogether, a heartbreaking end to an era that Tyler's accident seemed to cement. A larynx fracture, also known as a broken voice box, is a rare and serious injury that can have severe consequences for a singer's ability to perform. The larynx, or voice box, houses the vocal cords and plays a major role in producing sound and controlling pitch and tone. When a fracture occurs, it can lead to excruciating pain and significant difficulty in breathing. This injury can happen due to trauma, such as a fall or a blow to the neck, and it requires immediate medical attention. The symptoms may include hoarseness, loss of voice, and swelling in the throat area. In severe cases, a larynx fracture can result in permanent damage to the voice, which is particularly devastating for professional singers like Steven Tyler. The impact on a singer's career can be profound, as the ability to produce sound clearly and effectively is essential for their performances. Recovery from such an injury often involves rest, therapy, and sometimes surgery, depending on the severity of the fracture. The delicate nature of the larynx means that any injury to this area must be taken seriously, as it can affect not only the voice, but also overall respiratory function. The journey to recovery can be long and challenging, requiring patience and dedication to regain the ability to sing and perform at a high level. The emotional toll of such an injury can also be significant, as the fear of losing one's voice can weigh heavily on a singer's mind. The larynx is not just a physical structure. It is a vital part of a singer's identity and artistry. Therefore, understanding the implications of a larynx fracture is crucial for anyone involved in the performing arts. The potential for long-term effects makes it essential for singers to take care of their vocal health and seek prompt treatment if they experience any signs of injury. After fracturing his larynx, Steven Tyler faced one of the most significant challenges of his career. The injury served as a stark reminder of his vulnerability and underscored the importance of both physical and vocal care. This incident necessitated the immediate cancellation of numerous Aerosmith concerts during their farewell tour. The severity of the injury not only disrupted their schedule, but also created uncertainty about the future of Tyler's storied career. The treatment for the damage was multifaceted, involving surgical interventions, rest, and intensive vocal rehabilitation. Rest became an essential component of his recovery. Doctors insisted on a speaking and singing hiatus to allow his vocal cords the precious time needed to recover. Recognizing the delicate nature of the voice box, Tyler worked hand in hand with medical professionals and vocal therapists. These specialists designed a personalized regimen aimed at rebuilding both the strength and flexibility of his voice. The medical attention he received included cutting-edge treatments, as Tyler left no stone unturned in his pursuit of health. He worked tirelessly, adopting small but impactful lifestyle changes that supported his road to recovery. The physical strain and psychological toll were immense, considering the long-standing importance of his voice to his identity and career. He underwent numerous therapy sessions and relied on state-of-the-art techniques, including periods of laser-focused recovery work, to address the damage and offer his voice a chance of returning to form. Despite his relentless efforts and the sophisticated treatments at his disposal, the injury was a turning point for Tyler. It proved to be more complicated than initially anticipated, with lingering implications that prevented him from regaining full vocal capacity. This marked a sobering realization not just for Tyler, but for his fans and bandmates. Tyler remained committed to performing again but scaled back his expectations. Instead of aiming for perfection, the emphasis shifted to safeguarding what remained. He embraced therapy methods that minimized straining the larynx, learning new techniques to adapt his singing style. These adaptations allowed him to perform sporadically at low-pressure events. The fracture tested not just his body, but also his resolve, pushing him through a grueling process that highlighted his resilience. Though the injury resulted in Aerosmith announcing their retirement from touring, Tyler's spirit and determination to recover spoke volumes. The journey demonstrated his unwavering dedication and a willingness to fight for his passion, even in the face of nearly insurmountable